Hi, so I would like to present about the treatment of ghetto lake pollution. I'm Tuấn Minh. I am from University of USDH in Hanoi, Vietnam, and I'm going to go straight into it. So this is the outline of my presentation. I will have to introduce you to the lake first, and then I will present a research problem. I will give some I will suggest some steps to do a research on how to treat the problem of the lake pollution. And yes, before that, let's get into some keywords. Phytoplanktons, uh, they are the microorganisms that do the photosynthesis. So they take in energy as sunlight and they convert into oxygen and mm, and biomass. Zooplankton, they consume the phytoplankton up here. Bacteria consume the zooplankton, and planktivorous fish, which means the fish that eat the planktons, and bacteria also. Eutrophication is, I didn't mention here, but is the circumstance, the phenomenon where you have too many excess nutrients into a system. In this case, the system is a lake, and it causes like overload of nutrients, and it causes problems, pollutions. So first introduction to the lake is the lake in Hanoi, Vietnam. Is a urban park with artificial lake. And this lake was dug up in maybe before the year 2000. Around this lake, there was a plenty of green space, a water body, and had used to have a functional ecosystem. But due to excess nutrient and we have a pollution here. You can see the green film. This is dead algae. So zooplankton that is dead, and um they causes this eutrophication. Uh, I I will more clearly presented here. From the observation, you can see the very low water quality, sluggish, unpleasant odor from the water, so it smells very bad. And there's some dead fish inside this zone. And because of this film up in the surface of the lake, there's no light penetrating to the bottom of the lake. As you can see, this film is caused by dead algae, so phytoplankton that is dead, and they decompose, which is a process that is carried out by the bacteria, and the bacteria consumes oxygen, so it creates a no oxygen zone, hypoxic or anoxic zone with no oxygen. The cause of this phenomenon is this whole process. It could be like from excess nutrients input, like no nitrogen or phosphorus, which give growth to plant and algae, and it also can be due to the absence of predator or during the summer, high energy input from the sun. So what I propose to do to study on the lake, you can see from this slide, I propose that we do an anthropogen. We have to record all of the, for example, anthropogen parameters. Is there any food from human put down to the lake? Is there any trash that go into the lake, or is there any fishing activity? Uh, and then we move on to we have to collect some ecological parameters like how many trophic levels, species present, oxygen demand, bacteria and zooplankton population, um, some biological parameters like algae concentration by measuring chlorophyll A and algae types. We can do that by pigment analysis. I'm sure there's a lot more, but with my knowledge, that's all I know. And some basic physiochemical parameters such as temperature, lake volume, safety depth, how many light intensity, light hours, pH, dissolved oxygen, nutrients, concentration, all that. and we get the information of the lake year round. So we know that how it behaves mm, throughout the year because that's one cycle of weather and climate. And we search for bio indicator or so that we can do some biomanipulation to solve the eutrophication problem that's causing pollution. And there's also could be many other treatment methods such as physical aeration, sewage filtration, or so I read this paper about fish removal to restore lake in a lake van in Denmark, and it really helps the increase of water quality of lakes. As you can see in these graphs, it's not very clear, but the blue lines here are when they intervene, they do the fish removal, and then because they remove uh, a key species, so yes, it will increase the searchy depth. So first the water get clearer after the few first years. Uh, the chlorophyll A concentration decrease a lot after each intervention. So there are only two intervention in 2 different years. So a lot of toxic algae is eliminated. Total nitrogen fluctuates, but at first it decrease and then afterwards it decrease a lot more. And the total phosphorus also decrease after the first intervention, and then after the second intervention is it decrease and it is much more stable, consistent.